and welcome back to Drinks with Jenny. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my tips for attending a beer festival. This Saturday, I will be attending the Michigan Summer Beer Festival in Ypsilanti, and I thought it'd be fun to share some of the tips that I have learned from attending previous beer festivals. I have made some mistakes and have learned some things over the past few years. I wanted to share my tips with you. My first tip is just kind of common sense, but I feel like I just have to say this, is to have a designated driver or use Uber or Lyft when attending the beer festival. No one wants you to be drinking and driving on the road, and it still amazes me that people drink a couple beers and still drive, especially when you're drinking those higher percentage beers. So I feel like I just had to get that out of the way and say that I know that I cannot drink after attending a beer festival, especially after the last beer festival I attended. Okay, so that's my first tip, which I think is common sense. Hopefully it's common sense. Okay, my second tip is to dress appropriately. Beer festivals, at least here in Michigan, take place year-round, winter, summer, fall. It could be really hot, it could be freezing cold, it could be downpouring with rain. So just remember to dress appropriately. I mean, you're attending the winter, here in Michigan we have the Winter Beer Festival. You want to make sure that you're layered up. You don't want to be freezing while you're drinking beer. And then during the summer, just check the weather and dress appropriately, which also I feel like this is common sense, but you just want to be prepared. And if it's raining, make sure you have your rain jacket, rain boots, and all that stuff, because you can still have a good time in the rain. Okay, so that's my second tip, to dress appropriately. My third tip is to have a plan. I think I'm a planner by nature, and so I think it's important to have a plan, especially when there are like over 1,000 different beers to try. It can be overwhelming, so I like to go through the list if it's available before the festival. I go through each brewery and kind of just jot down what beers that I want to try and have a list, and then I'll have a more organized plan when I actually get to the festival and know which breweries to go to and which ones to kind of avoid if I didn't see anything that I wanted to try. So that's my third tip, to have a plan, which I think is very important, because it can be super overwhelming at a beer festival with so many different beers to try, and you put on the spot, try the wrong one that you didn't want to try, but you want to try another one. So I think that's very important. My fourth tip is to go to breweries that aren't close by. I'm lucky enough to live in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we have so many breweries. So I try to avoid going to those breweries, especially if I'm going to like a Michigan only beer festival. And I try to seek out breweries that I don't live close by, that are more than an hour away from me, that I normally don't get to go to. My only exception is I do look at the beers that each of the Grand Rapids based and my local breweries have on tap, all the beers. And if there's one that stands out that I normally can't get at the brewery location, or I missed out on, which has happened a few times to me, and I wasn't able to get to the brewery while they had a certain beer on tap, then I will go to one of those local breweries. But I think it's a great opportunity at beer festival to try beers you normally wouldn't try, and from breweries that aren't located near you. So that is my tip there. And then my next tip is to bring food, bring snacks. It's really fun to see what people are wearing at the beer festivals, and a lot of people will make like necklaces like out of pretzels, and they'll put their pretzels and other types of snacks around their neck, which is easier for your walking around, so you can just grab it off your necklace while you have your beer, which is a lot of fun. I don't think this year I'm going to make a pretzel. I'm really not a pretzel fan. So I'll bring other types of snacks for myself. And I'll bring a bag because I'm going to have like all my camera gear and stuff for this next festival. So I'll just stash it away in there. But it's important to have snacks. And usually beer festivals have food available for sale as well, because you want to make sure that you're eating while you're drinking, which I tend to forget, which is never a good thing. Also, to stay hydrated with water is also another good tip, which I in the past have forgotten to drink water. Let's see. And for my next tip, this might not be a mistake that everyone has made, but I made it at the last beer festival I attended at the Michigan Winter Beer Festival. If you watch any of my beer reviews, you know that I like my IPAs, especially my double IPAs, and I made the mistake of, I think the first 5 beer samples that I had were all double IPAs, and I tend to be a slow drinker, But at the beer festival, you kind of like have to, you're essentially kind of chugging the little cups of beer to go to the next tent to try the next beer. So I think I was drinking faster than normal, and that really hit me very strong, those double IPAs. So I learned my lesson, and from now on I'm gonna try, and that's why I make a plan, because it's important for me to be organized and stay on track, is to try some lower percentage beers. Yeah, because those definitely hit me very quickly. I had a lot of fun, don't get me wrong, but you know, my very last tip is just to have a great time, to have fun, just enjoy yourself, be safe. Attending beer festival, if you've never been before, is a lot of fun. There's a lot of great people there. I find that people that drink craft beer are usually fun people to be around, great camaraderie. So yeah, so just have fun and enjoy yourself. And if you've never been to a beer festival before, highly recommend seeing if there's one in your area and attending. They're a lot of fun. And I just want to tell you guys about my shirt before I finish up this video. It's from Brew Tees, and I'll put the link down below in the description box. And they have different designs that are geared towards the craft beer enthusiasts and people that love to drink craft beer. I have a couple shirts and I've been loving them, so go ahead and check them out if you are in the market for any craft beer apparel. They also make wonderful gifts. So I think this wraps up this video. If you have any other tips for attending a beer festival, leave a comment, let me know. Also, be on the lookout. I'm going to try my best to Instagram and do Instagram stories while I'm at the Summer Beer Festival on Saturday. And if you're watching this video after the fact, then I am going to have a vlog, and if that's published, whenever that's published, I will link that down below as well. A vlog of the Summer Beer Festival in Ypsilanti, Michigan, which should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. As always, thanks for watching, and cheers!